Hello, my name is Tracy Dorsey, and I'm a student at WGU. Today, I want to talk to you about something I see on the news every day, our health. Now, I see things about children, adults, and it all revolves around diseases that are taking over and running rapid in our country. So, today, I want to talk to all of you, you young people, the teens, the young adults, you parents. I want to talk to you all about how you can use food as nutrients, which is going to help us reduce this epidemic of all of these diseases. Now, a couple things I want to just start sharing with you is that if you could paint the ideal picture of health, what would it be? How would you even do it? And most people think that the ideal health is just living long, living happy, living healthy, and all that has to do with what you do day to day. Now, with that being said, we put food in. We make a decision. Are we going to live to eat or eat to live? With that being said, we have to use more nutritional foods so that our organs can do what we are just naturally designed to do. Now, over time, what's happened, and it starts when we're very small, we get into a really big hurry of fast food eating, getting things done quickly, getting snacks that are convenient or inexpensive. All of these play a big part of how we make nutritional decisions. Yes? Okay. So, I want to talk to you more about how and why we should make better nutritional decisions. Now, if we could, again, paint that beautiful picture of good health and that landscape's foundation would be basic nutrition. Now, this is a very interesting review that I saw, and I know that you probably cannot see this, but I drew some stick people here so that we could see a little bit more about where I'm going with this. Now, according to this stat was given to us by the status of cardiovascular health in U.S. children, and it was from up to ages 11, the National Health and Nutritional Examination Survey, and this went on in 2015. Now, I keep updating, and I looked at a couple of other reviews, which were 2013, and I wanted to see kind of what was the change. Now, what this said, here's my 10 little kids. I don't know if you can see them, but here's my 10 little kids. Out of these 10 little kids, this report says that one out of these three are going to be overweight and obese overweight, where it actually falls a little bit more on their health. It also states that out of these guys, one out of five is going to have high cholesterol at an early age. This is by the time they are teen. Okay. Now it also says that we have one out of eight will have hypertension or arteriosclerosis, which is a hardening of the arteries, before they reach the age of 8. This is an interesting study to me. I researched it a little bit more. That means that our children are rapidly getting conditions that we thought used to be exclusive to older people. So there's three things I really want us to look at. I want us to look at how we can use nutrition to reduce diabetes. I want us to look at how we can use nutrition to reduce obesity. And I would love for us to look at how we can use nutrition and nutritional foods to help with heart disease. Now, as far as diabetes is concerned, we've had a lot of early onset diabetics. The American Dietetic Association of 2009 says that we are just not using our food for source for our body, and our pancreas and our kidneys are responding to this. So, with that being said, we're learning how to eat more nutritionally, making better choices, preparing foods, giving children snacks early so that when they're older, they actually make better choices for snacks, understanding how important it is to put the right nutrition in. Then you have things like our obesity level. Well, that comes in, and that's some of the reason why our diabetic numbers have increased so much, because we are overweight. We're overweight because, again, our fast food choices, not putting the good nutrients in, not eating or understanding balanced meals. Sometimes we want to do better, but unfortunately, because of what we have around us, we wind up eating bad. Now, parents, sometimes we're creatures of habit. If we ate a certain way, we feed our children a certain way, and then we may all have the same diseases. So this epidemic can actually be reduced quite a bit by us all making better choices. The third one is to reduce the cardiovascular disease. We actually use a lot of fat in our diets. And what is happening with the fat in our diets, this is our heart, these are our arteries. When we eat food, we need a certain amount of lining on this so blood can get to the heart. Bump, 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 bump. That's what we're seeking. Well, if this is too much lining, we're not able to get good blood, and it makes the heart have to beat faster and harder to actually get circulation all the way around, which is why we're having so much high blood pressure and heart disease. Heart disease is still our number one killer in our country, and a lot of it can be reduced by what you choose to eat. So I asked you earlier, are we thinking to eat to live, or are we living to eat? Which one? That's going to be the key. Now, I will open up for a few questions, and I got some questions from you guys already, and I actually may go over some of them because they were really good questions. One of the questions someone asked was, is what we eat important to our health, even as a child? Again, these numbers are staggering on how our children are getting the same diseases that we're getting. So yes, it's important to think about what you're eating. Think about our green vegetables and how it gives us iron. Think about how we can use low fat. Think about how we can use sugar. So yes, it is very important. Great question. What are some diseases linked to diabetes, linked to obesity? Excellent question again. Of course, diabetes. If you have more obesity and a lot of obesity in your stomach area, you have a larger chance of actually getting diabetes. According to Gallagher in 2012, the nutrients and metabolism was a article that they had. It said that people who had a lot of extra weight around their stomach area were at a 45% increase of chances of getting diabetes. The next question one of you guys asked us, does obesity or early onset obesity play a major role in our health? Well, we just discussed that, and that is absolutely true. It plays a major role. You don't usually put the weight on overnight, and you're not going to let it go overnight. But starting with this nutritional plan, this is exactly the way to go. Can cooked food choices reduce heart disease? The body is a machine. If we want to keep it moving, we got to put good fuel in, and that's exactly what food does. So now you guys understand why I'm so passionate about using food as fuel. So if we want to reduce diabetes, we need to eat better. We need to eat smarter. If we want to reduce obesity, we need to think about the things we are choosing to eat. We need to make sure that we're getting good nutritional balance using our green vegetables, eating those vegetables, eating lean meats. Try to watch out the carbs. All of this is going to help. And do we want to reduce car disease? As I showed you here, we need to keep those arteries nice and full and open so the blood can flow all the way through. So yes, it is very powerful. And if you do want to paint that picture of health, it all involves what you nutritionally are putting into your system.